Hi, good afternoon. Welcome. Janet Kieslich, Now and Zen Health and Wellness, featuring some tips for warming up for golf today. For those of you who don't know me, I've been an active athlete my whole life. I'm 54 years old. I took up the game of golf when I was in the 5th grade. My dad was an avid golfer. My brothers are avid golfers. My sister is starting to take up the game. I have a dear friend who's an LPGA teaching pro. She can tell you the story about when I introduced her to the game years ago as teenagers. She said she was never going to play the game again. And then here she is now an LPGA teaching pro, Shar Carson, shargolf.com. I also had the privilege of caddying for her in Arizona and Connecticut. She made it to Connecticut last year, the senior women's golf, and we had a great time. I appreciate all of those experiences, of course. So for those of you low, medium, high handicappers, it doesn't matter, especially us middle-agers. Those of us that love the game need this more and more. So welcome. So let's talk. Yoga Fit is where I've received my yoga training. I am also a group fitness instructor certified through the American Council on Exercise, or ACE. I'm a nurse for more than 30 years, a nurse practitioner for more than 22. My readers, my glasses are a dead giveaway of my age. We're all going to get there. So through health, wellness, I have created my own business, and this is just one of my valuable lessons for you. And I hope you come see me more. www.nowandzenhealthandwellness.com. Visit my website, see what I have to offer. Always growing, always learning, always offering more. So let's get straight to it, shall we? All right. So there are sport-specific strengthening, stretching, endurance, balance, focus, relaxation for just about any sport. I'm going to focus on what Yoga Fit has researched and delved as our dynamic golf warm-up and our strength and our flexibility focus, asanas or postures or movements. So we're going to get into sun salutations. Sun salutations, I'll walk you through. Great dynamic warm-up for any sport. Moving a muscle in its range of motion is much more effective as a warm-up than typical static stretches. Static stretches, all I mean by that is simply when we're standing, let me set this down, and we're just bringing our arm across, we're stretching our anterior chest, we're doing a hamstring stretch and holding. Those are static stretches. Dynamic warm-ups are actually moving through motion. For golf, low back pain is probably the biggest common complaint. When we're in our posture and we get ready for our swing, what is our back? Our back is a nice plane. It's holding. We need strong core muscles, flexible hips, flexible shoulders to get through our golf swing. So we're swinging in the same direction over 100 times per round. So I'm going to show you a few Yoga Fit poses to strengthen the back, rotate the spine in both directions. Our goal is always to increase our power, decrease tension, and through these dynamic warm-ups and yoga practices, we can do that. So I'm going to set this down. We're going to start with our dynamic stretch called our sun salutation. I'm going to walk you through it. Please don't follow along yet, but if you're on your deck, your grass, the golf course, wherever you want to do this, you want to do about 4 to 6 of these to warm up. Beautiful warm up. Feet hip distance apart. Here's our mountain pose, palms facing forward. We're always breathing in the nose and out the nose. Our bellies are pulled in. Our spine is nice and straight, crown of the head going to the sky. So we're going to bend and inhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, short levers, arms to the side, folding like a piece of paper, hinging through the hips, knees bent, Hands are reaching towards the ground. From here, we're gonna reach 1 foot back. So we're in a right lunge. And then we drop the knee. And then we're gonna come with both knees on the ground, feet flipped towards the earth. Our wrists are over elbows, elbows under shoulders. Fingers are like starfish, our bellies are pulled in. We're gonna squeeze our elbows into our sides, lowering, and then gently coming up to cobra. Slight bend at the back, pushing up using our arm strength, bellies pulled in, slowly pushing back into child's pose, forehead to the earth, head reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Arms are outstretched, shoulders are still relaxed, not hyperextending out of the joint. We're gonna come back forward. We're gonna find that same leg forward, coming to a nice lunge. From here, we're gonna do a twisting. This is gonna open up that outside hip, open up the shoulder and our back for that swing. And we're gonna come back, bring both feet forward, forward fold, inhaling, exhaling, hands to heart center, into our chair pose. Knees over ankles. Once again, we're warming up those legs. They support us. So let's go to the other side. Inhale. And I'm gonna walk you through this side. Exhale, forward fold. Opposite leg goes back into lunge. Fingers are tented up. They can come to the floor. Knee comes down, foot flips. Bring that other foot back. Everything is in alignment. We're squeezing, lowering, pressing up into cobra, fully pressing up, exhaling back into downward dog. That same leg comes forward. We're in our kneeling lunge. From here, we could do the twist here, tenting up the fingers, coming up this way towards the bent leg, extending the arm, opening the anterior shoulder and chest. We're getting a nice stretch through the hip, through the shoulder, through the back. Coming back down, bringing that right foot forward, forward fold, inhaling, exhaling to chair. Now, I'm gonna invite you to do this with me. Stand on up. We're gonna go basically inhale, forward fold, left leg back into right lunge, and I'll walk you through it. It's hot out here. All right, feet hip distance apart, mountain, palms facing forward. Let's bend the knees, inhale, looking up, exhaling short levers, bent knees, hinging at the hips, folding in half like a piece of paper. We get into our forward fold. Our left leg is gonna go back into lunge. Our knee is gonna come down. Right leg goes back. Hands under wrists, wrists under elbows, elbows under shoulders, belly's engaged, squeezing those elbows to the side, coming up into a small cobra, pushing up, exhaling back into child's pose. That right leg comes back up, hand stays on the inner arch, foot stays flat to the earth, and let's rotate towards that bent leg, arm to the sky, pushing away from that grounded hand. Exhaling, back foot comes up, forward fold, inhaling, exhaling, chair. Other side, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Right leg goes back into left lunge. Knee comes down. Other foot goes back. We're in a kneeling plank, lowering, squeezing to the sides, inhaling to cobra, exhaling up into child's pose. That same leg comes forward and we're twisting on the other side. Reaching away from that grounded hand, pushing away, shoulder still under the ear. Coming back, back foot comes forward into forward fold, releasing the hamstrings, the buttock, the low back, inhaling, exhaling, chair. And we're going to repeat that both sides one more time. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Left leg back into lunge, knee down, foot flat, other foot into kneeling plank, lowering, squeezing, slight cobra, slight back extension, exhaling back, releasing in child's pose. Coming forward, same leg comes up, right foot, tenting those fingers on that arch side. We're twisting into a kneeling, twisting lunge. We're coming back down, bringing that foot forward into forward fold. Inhale, exhale to chair. Last time, inhale, exhale to forward fold. Right leg comes back this time into lunge. Knee comes down, foot flat. Pulling that knee back into kneeling plank. Gently lowering, squeezing those elbows to the chest. Gentle looking up into cobra. And then exhaling, lifting and pushing back slowly into child's pose. Releasing, coming back up. Same leg comes up. Tent those fingers on the inside of the arch of the foot. And then kneeling, twisting, lunge on this side. Bring that back down. Back foot comes up. Forward fold. Release that low back. Inhale, hands to heart center. Into chair. Come on up. And you are warmed up. All right. So when you find somebody like myself that offers yoga, I can help you, get into a nice routine. And a lot of these poses, you look, listen, and feel your body. Yoga is not about perfect postures. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding breath, calming the nervous system, finding flexibility, stability, strength. There's no judgment. There's no competition. There's no expectations. What it's going to bring you is just, more flexibility, strength, and, operating in that golf swing better and keeping a calmer mind, because you're going to learn how to do those nice nasal ujjayi breaths. So let's move forward. I'm going to show you the strength focus. So after a nice warm up, or you're in a yoga routine, you're going to find, mountain 1, mountain 2, mountain 3 formats. It basically means we're going to warm up, we're going to work, and we're going to warm down. So after your beginning mountain 1 phase, you're going to work into mountain 2. Here's your ab strengthening. So typical bicycle, low back pressed in the floor, feet 90 degrees, fingers interlaced behind the head, gentle support behind the neck. And you're just gonna elbow to knee, pressing that low back into the floor. And you're gonna support that neck, and you're gonna go 10 times. After that 10 time, you're gonna release that knees to chest. And then you're gonna slowly come to the side, and you're gonna move into your modified flow series, which is basically kind of what we did in our sun salutations. So we find ourselves in a child's pose. Our hands don't move, our knees stay there. We come forward into kneeling plank. We lower into croc. We come up into cobra, press back into child's pose. And you're going to flow through this 5 times. Exhaling as you push back. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back into child's pose. Last one. Arm strengthening, low back releasing. So from there, you get to walk back in our forward fold, grab our knees, do some standing cat-cows, releasing, tipping the tailbone, looking up, And then rounding chin to chest, tucking the pelvis, straightening the arms. Inhale, exhale. Finally rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And we were going to move into our mountain and then moving into our balance posture, our dancer. Feet hip distance apart, shoulders up, back and down, palms forward. All the weight on the left foot. And you can certainly be following along with me or watch first. You're going to balance. Balance is so key. You could be in a tipped bunker or a tipped hill and you have to balance your swing. Let's grab the back of the ankle. Start just by gently coming forward. The ankle is pressing onto the hand. Bringing that hand forward, staying here, or really extending it. And you're breathing. You feel the strength in that grounded leg, stretching on that back quad. And you're learning to balance and breathe through the discomfort. And then gently coming out of that, shaking it out. You're going to do that on the other side. You got to train your brain in these balance postures. That's what they do. And as we mature, we lose a lot of that balanced reflex. We need to continue to engage it. So all the weight on the right, bending up the leg, reaching towards the back of the ankle, or the front of the ankle, I should say. Coming forward, extending the hand, slight bend in that grounded knee or grounded foot, and then extending out, reaching out into your dancer. You could see you're firing the grounded leg, strengthening the low back, strengthening the bent quad, and you're strengthening the balance center in your brain. Bellies are pulled in and you're breathing in the nose, out the nose. At least 3 to 5 breaths. And then gently coming up and out, shaking that out. Next type of move is the standing spinal twist. And I'm going to just share with you in the golf magazine, great tips, improving your game. But let me just show you a little stretching technique they showed. And did we not do this basically in our sun's salutations? And we're going to do it right now into our balancing twist. So if you have your golf club handy, I'll show you how it equates to golf. So basically, when you have all your weight on the one leg, you're going to lift up the other. You're going to reach for the outside of the leg, and you're going to twist towards that bent leg. This is going to increase flexibility in the hip and the low back, open the chest. I'm going to show you what it looks like when we were on the floor in a kneeling lunge. So basically you can hold your club and you're twisting towards that bent leg. You're opening up the hips, rotating the back, and you could even bring it back this way. And then you're going to switch. So you're holding your club like so, and then you're rotating shoulder height. And then on every breath, inhale, exhale, you could try to take that a bit further, but it's your body. So you have to know your body. You should be healing, not hurting. And then you're going to come back forward. So on the other side, if you're adding that balance posture, so then if I show you this side with the right leg up towards you, you're creating tension on that back side of the knee. You're balancing, you're using your club to help you stay balanced and create that stretch. And then the other side, would look like such. All the weight on the right, left leg up. You're holding and you're doing your standing spinal twist like so. And then the flexibility focus, we go into the floor. So the low back needs flexion extension. So releasing the low back here, we rest on the floor, knees to chest, squeezing the knees, hugging the knees. Low back is pressing into the floor. Bridge, we bring both feet down close to the butt. Hands are pressing down into the floor, starfish hands. Getting on the back shoulder blades, we push up. This is actually stretching our anterior flexors and our quads. Slight, core strengthening on the back side of your back, building those back muscles and then releasing. And you can do 5 to 10 repetitions. And that helps strengthen your quads, your hamstrings, and your low back. Also creating flexibility as then you do the opposing move, knees to chest. Then from here, you can roll on over. Locust pose is basically when we're in our kneeling plank, we're lowering to the earth. Our foreheads are resting, palms are up high, at your side. We lift the feet just a touch off the floor, the arms and the forehead just a touch off the floor. Once again, this is building core strength. And to release that, you put the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the sides, slowly push up and release into child's pose. And your back is going to love you for this. You're strengthening it and then you're releasing it. And it's getting nice and warmed up. Then from here, you come into your kneeling lunge. Foot is flat in the back and you lean forward. You're stretching out that anterior hip flexor. And then you can slowly bring that back foot up and lean forward over that front leg into that nice hamstring stretch. Tight backs need flexible hamstrings. So please do not ignore your hamstrings. And then you come back and you could switch. So kneeling lunge on this side, coming on up, foot flat, leaning forward, knee over front ankle, feeling that nice anterior hip stretch. Chest is forward, looking forward. Spine is in alignment. And then slowly hinging forward, bringing that back foot up and slowly walking back into a nice hamstring stretch. If the foot stays forward, you're also stretching that shin. If it comes up and you're reaching, you might just be moving more into the hamstring. And then from here, stepping forward, once again, releasing the low spine, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Camel and cat-cow. If we're back down here and we're in camel, here's where you could do your chest expansion. Now that you're all warmed up from doing your sun salutations, all your modified plank flows, you're opening the chest, looking up at the sky, bringing those knuckles towards the earth. And then you could actually humble over, belly to thighs, forehead to the floor, and bring your knuckles overhead, releasing the low back, going into those anterior shoulders, using the core, coming on up, and then flowing upper back stretch, backs of the hands together, opening palms to the sky. And you're breathing, you're inhaling, exhaling. Your breathing calms that nervous system before your play. And then releasing that. Seated spinal twist and upside down pigeon are our final stretches. So seated spinal twist, like standing, you bring one foot over the extended leg, hug that knee to your chest in the crook of the elbow, starfish hand coming right back behind your back, and you're gently twisting, letting your belly lead to that bent leg. And you're breathing at least 5 breaths, and you're feeling all that stretch through the low back and that outer hip. And then you're coming back around, straightening, repeating on the other side, hugging that knee, starfish hand behind you. And you're creating a beautiful outer hip rotation. And you see you're doing both sides. And then from here, you can do that a few times. Then you just kind of gently lower one vertebrae at a time. Bend those knees up, cross right ankle over left knee, reach through that hole, grab just underneath the knee, gently pull towards the chest, and you're going to release that SI joint, the IT band, the piriformis. This is an awesome stretch. When we stretch after our dynamic warm-up, we want to hold for at least 5 to 10 breaths. And remember your ocean in the nose, out the nose, hearing it past your throat. Massages the vagus nerve, which brings down heart rate, blood pressure, helps to calm and relax. And then gently bring both feet down again, switch, left ankle over right, reaching through the hole, pulling that to your knee towards your chest, feeling the bent leg side. You're feeling the outer thigh, the outer hip, into the right, into the left SI joint, piriformis, IT band. Great stretch for people that are prone to sciatica. But know yourself, know your spine, know your limitations. There's my little, and then unwrap and come around. Come on around, sit on up. So, little disclaimer, make sure you know your bodies. You never want to hurt. You want to heal. If anything doesn't feel right, do not do it. Avoid it. Anybody that has numbness and tingling in their feet, leg weakness, you definitely should be seeing your orthopedic or neurospine physician. Talk to them about your issues. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Enjoy the game, get flexible, find more swing speed, increase your power, decrease your tension. Have a great day, everybody. 4,